Hey, dear love, welcome to today's episode. If you've ever felt like life keeps shaking you up, if you've ever felt like you've hit rock bottom and just wondered why, or if you keep feeling this deep pull in your spirit and your soul that won't let you stay where you're at, this is for you. I need you to hear this. You have one calling. Your mission may change, your assignments will evolve, but spiritual superstar, that divine pull on your soul, honey, it's always been there. And when you ignore it for too long, spirit will sit you down until you listen. So let's talk about it today. Let's talk about the wake up calls, the spiritual shakeups, and why the pain, the setbacks, and the losses are actually pointing you toward your purpose. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to share two personal stories of moments where spirit sat me down pretty hard, times when I could have given up, but instead I had to answer the call. And if this message resonates with you, drop a hashtag 1111 in the comments, share this episode, and subscribe because we're all in this together. So, your calling is your soul's assignment. You have many missions in this lifetime, of which we've got one beautiful life to live. And so, that calling, that purpose, will manifest into many missions. But there's still only that one calling, and it wakes you up in the middle of the night. You know the feeling when you wake up. Usually it's just right in the middle of the night at the same time, whether that's 3:30 a.m., 2:30, 5:30, 4:44 a.m., 5:55 a.m., 5:27 on the dot. It's at the same time. Like I remember way back in the 90s, I was working in the dark room of actually Eastman Kodak Company in upstate New York. No plug for them, certainly not. But to tell you the story, I was in one of these huge dark rooms, and every time I had the urge of looking at the clock, it was the exact same time. And the exact same concern and dilemma was on my soul. And so that's how spirit wakes you up and talks to you. And whether that is Jehovah, Allah, the universe, God, or simply source, it's the same energy. For me, my calling is to teach people how to hear from God. It's the omniscient power that moves you, that's inside of you, that's outside of you, that speaks to you in whispers and signs, that keeps nudging you forward even when you resist. And the truth is, you already know what your calling is. It's the thing that won't let go. It's the thing that moves through you whether people ask for it or not. It's the words that pour out of your soul when someone's spirit needs them. It's the gift you've had since you were a child, the one you cannot live without. You gravitate towards it. But here's the thing. A calling isn't always convenient. It doesn't wait for the right time. Although, when you tap into it, it's divinely timed. It doesn't come with a roadmap. It certainly comes with the uncertainty of what the next step is. And so it's really something you have to go and leap into with faith. And it definitely doesn't come with universal approval. That's right. The people you love, the people that you support, the people you think will support you once you tap into your calling will turn their back on you in a heartbeat. And often it's family, blood family, partners, spouses, children, your parents, grandparents. I learned this the hard way, and I know many of you know what I'm talking about. So let me just take you back to the time when I was working in corporate and I was managing tier one multi-million dollar accounts at a Fortune 500 company. And let me tell you, I was in deep. Okay. I was an analyst. I loved what I did and I was good at it. Late nights, constant travel, high stakes, and I saved that company 6 to 7 figures in cost analysis. I loved it because I was able to connect with people internationally. So it was on a global basis. And I learned about them. I was very curious and I wanted to know the ins and outs of who I was communicating with. And so we would form these relationships naturally that influenced their desire to stay with the company. And so I was very drawn to their energy and they were drawn to mine. I had to navigate a toxic corporate culture while dealing with my own autoimmune conditions as well. So it was rough. But here's the part that woke me up. My own manager, who looked like me, okay? I trusted her. I I really did want to respect her because her reputation wasn't so good, but I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, when I got hired, I was put under her in her department and she didn't do anything, to me, so the rumors were irrelevant. But she tried to take credit for my own work, sent an email to erase me from the deal. The entire project, she tried to take credit for my work. And so didn't know that I had already sent my work, the breakdown and the explanation to the team that I had been working with. And we kind of celebrated that. And we were all aware that we were going to announce it to leadership the next day. So because it was a global project, we were up all night. So little did I know, she had asked me for an update, and I told her this is going to be a great meeting. We figured it out basically. And she said, oh, show me. What did you figure out? And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. She's celebrating us. She's really going to talk us up and she'll give me my flowers and and make sure the executive board know that I did it. Had no idea that she left me out of conversations that I had built from the ground up. Now, if it had been the old me, I might have stayed silent. I might have kept my head down, just accepted it. But divine source doesn't let you stay small in any way and will not let you stay small in a place you've outgrown. And the truth is, when you walk in your purpose, the right people will see you. So my international clients immediately saw what was happening. My manager actually sent my work, spreadsheets and all, diagrams, flow charts, everything. And so they immediately recognized it as my work. They pulled me back into the conversation immediately. And they exposed my manager's actions. And the CEO got involved. So that moment led to my promotion. But more importantly, it was the moment I realized I don't belong here anymore. My calling was bigger than that company. Some of you are in places you've outgrown. You know you're meant for more, but you're afraid to step out. You're afraid to lose stability. You're afraid of what people will say. But let me tell you something. Staying where you don't belong is the real risk. When that door closes, it's gonna hurt. But when I tell you, the moment you walk through and don't look back, the feeling of freedom and confidence in knowing everything's going to be okay is something that you will stand on and you will believe through and through. And let's talk about why you can't take everyone with you through that door. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. I know I did. Because you love people. You want to look out for people, and you're a good person. But when you start truly walking in your calling, not everyone can go with you. Some people won't understand. Some will doubt you. Some will judge you. Remember, the vision that you receive from Spirit is your vision. They can't see it. You can explain your heart out and what God's telling you to do, but honey, it's your vision to do. So you got to do it. The hardest part is it's some of the people you love, they will criticize you, ostracize you, or fall away completely. They will turn their back on you and you will be dumbfounded because this is your calling. This is the key to living a happy, purpose driven life. And they should be happy for you, right? Right. But often people aren't. And why is that? Because your elevation will expose their limitation. Let me just repeat that because I know it's hard to receive it. Your ascension, your elevation, your good news, your aha moment, your celebration will expose their limitations. And that's not your burden to carry. Some people that you love have given up on their dreams. They've grown complacent. Maybe they never believed that they could do better. And here you are, tapping into this golden path that's always been there, but now you see it without any obstacles. And it's something you want to do more than anything. And you know that it's going to benefit more than just you. But you have to accept that some relationships will shift. Spiritual superstar, some people are not meant to walk this next chapter with you. And yes, that can feel lonely. It can hurt. It's painful. But understand, their exit is not your failure. It's your freedom. Your job is not to convince people to see your vision. Your job is to stay obedient to the path God has put in your heart. There was another moment where Spirit sat me down even harder, and I had nothing left. Oh my gosh, I had nothing left. I was laid off, moments away from losing absolutely everything. I felt more broken than broken. I had been through separation and relationship, miscarriage, and people I thought would support me turned their backs on me. Divorce, death in the family, medical diagnosis. I was in survival mode. And the worst part is I felt abandoned. I thought, God, how can I help anybody when I'm barely standing myself? I don't even know what's going on with my life. I can't help anybody. Nobody is going to want to hear anything I have to say. And I don't even want to say anything. I felt foolish. I felt like a fraud, an imposter. But dear loves, Spirit will strip away the distractions, the noise, the relationships that drain you, the jobs that don't fulfill you, the things that keep you complacent in a cycle of stuck, stagnant energy, the environment that keeps you small. Because your calling is bigger than your comfort zone. And I realized this was the test. The moment that forced me to get clear, to sit with my gifts, to stop waiting for permission and just start. And dear love, you might be in your test right now. If everything around you is falling apart, if you feel like you don't even recognize your life anymore, good. That means something new is being built. Hear me. That means something new is being built under your feet, around you, behind you, in front of you, above you, under you. It's all around you. It's within you. And you're ready for it. That's why the old can't stand. It cannot withstand when you have a blessing coming in. It's coming full force, and the old must go. And sometimes you can't close that door yourself. And so Spirit has to use other people, circumstances, environments to do it for you. And you will feel it because it goes against your values, your standards. It goes against everything that you truly feel inside. And you can't help but to see it for a closed door because that's what it is. And all you have to do is take the first step. But it's hard. And so I liken it to a baby. When that baby wants to take its first step, she has already started crawling, right? I mean, speed crawling, right? Crawling in her own way, her own style, has perfected it. And before that, she's scooting, right? I mean, getting excited about it. Can put herself in a nap from just scooting, and it just tiring herself out, right? Ramping up to that moment that she doesn't even know exists. A baby doesn't automatically know that she's getting ready to crawl, that she's getting ready to walk, that she's getting ready to run, that she's getting ready to play hopscotch, to jump, to play on the playground. She has no idea. But she feels it deeply inside of her soul that there's more. There's more to being held. There's more than being held back by someone else, right? This is your sign, spiritual superstar. This is your sign to take the first step. If you're in the middle of your wake up call, if you've been feeling lost, stuck, or afraid to take the next step, it's time. Stop waiting for permission. You've got it. You have permission. Hear me. Hear me when I say it again. You have permission to take the next step and live your purpose-driven life. Stop waiting for the right moment, because that right moment will never ever come. Spirit doesn't want you to be perfect. Stop waiting for it. We are already exactly the way we should be. You are already exactly where you should be, how you should be. Stop letting fear win. The way that you get better is to do it and then look at the pieces. Oh, okay, I didn't need that. Oh, I can do this now. Oh, well, maybe I should work on that. Oh, well, maybe I did too much in this area. Maybe I'll do less in that and try it again. Oh, wow, that was even better. Well, let me do it again. Oh, my goodness, I fell less. Okay, wow, when I fall, maybe I need to have a different cushion under there. Oh, yeah, that felt better. Let me keep going. Falling is less painful because within that process, you're learning yourself. You're learning what Spirit expects of you. And guess what? People are aligned to you. People are already waiting for you. You're waiting for them and you don't even know. Your name is being mentioned in rooms you don't even know about yet. That wealth is waiting for you. Feel it. It's there. It already exists. You are simply following the process. Remember, the mission may change, but your calling is eternal and your purpose is waiting. If this message resonated with you, I want you to do 3 things. First, drop a pound 1111 in the comments and let me know you heard this. Second, share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Third, subscribe and turn on notifications so we can keep walking this journey together. Because this isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, and you're a part of it. Your calling is calling. Are you ready to answer? Until next time, keep walking in faith, keep trusting the journey, and remember, dear loves, you are here for a reason. I'll see you in the next episode.